Hi guys! So if you're like me, then you will not have done any of your Christmas shopping yet, and I thought perhaps I could offer up a few ideas for those of you that are yet to hit the shops, specifically aimed for the book lovers in your life. Anyway, whether these gifts are for people you love or just for yourself, then I hope you enjoy this gift guide. The first category of ideas I have are for those people that you know and love reading and love books, but can't think of or just don't feel comfortable buying a specific book for. These books might be a suggestion that appeal as an all-rounder to pretty much all book lovers. The first being The Novel Cure, A to Z of literary remedies. And this book is so much fun. I got this for free at Cannongate's 40th birthday party. It is pretty much what the title implies, and that is an A to Z of literary remedies. So you start by looking up your ailment. I'll just flick over to a random page where we have limb loss of, for example. Here we go. And it suggests a book for you to read. In this case, it has two suggestions, one being Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie and The Third Policeman by Flann O'Brien. And it then has like a little description of the book and the ailment and why you should read it. And it's just a lot of fun. It's an excellent coffee table book just to have something to sit there for people to flick through. And not to mention, it is very nicely designed. I think it is a very aesthetically appealing book, very simple, but it really hits the nail on the head. Next I have three books, all by the same author, and those are Jen Campbell's books. First being the collection which is Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops and More Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops, which I have mentioned before, but I absolutely adore these and I can't think of any book lover who wouldn't enjoy these if they haven't read them already. They are essentially just a selection of humorous anecdotes that booksellers have overheard or taken part with customers, and they are just hilarious. The kind of book you can buy for a vast array of ages as well if you're struggling with the age of the person you're trying to buy a book for. This is the kind of thing that will make anybody laugh, and I really enjoyed these books. I couldn't mention those without mentioning Jen Campbell's new book that just came out this year, which again is just something that should appeal to most book lovers, and that is the Bookshop Book. And this is a history of the physical bookstore, and it's just, again, it's just a really beautiful book, and books about books. Like, what else should you buy, a book lover, but a book about a book? Next category, I have gone for aesthetically pleasing books, and I have a couple of suggestions of books for people you maybe are a little bit more comfortable and know their taste a little bit better, so you don't mind picking them a specific book, but also want to pick them something equally visually pleasing and it just looks like a nice gift, if that makes sense. So my first suggestion is for those who are into this kind of thing, and that is collections of fairy tales. And it is incredibly easy to find a beautiful compilation of fairy tales. There are so many gorgeous collections of fairy tales, and I have two here. One you've seen many times on my channel, and that is Angela Carter's Book of Fairy Tales, which is a collection of fairy tales from across the world, from different countries, including Scots and Inuit and African and Australian, and just a little bit from every culture, so that's a lot of fun, and again, it's just beautiful. And this one is a new addition to my collection, and it is Fairy Tales by Carol Ann Duffy, and these are all retellings of traditional fairy tales by Carol Ann Duffy, who is a very famous poet and in this case prose writer. It also has lovely little illustrations scattered throughout. Like with the Angela Carter book, it is just visually stunning, and I'm sure anybody that loves a fairy tale or a short story would be incredibly pleased to unwrap this under the tree. Then I have a suggestion for a collection of books I just think are absolutely stunning, and it is the Legends from the Ancient North collection by Penguin. These are books, I think there's, how many is there? There's 5 in the collection, I have 2 here, and these are translations of ancient poems and stories from like Norse and Celtic mythology. So here I have the Saga of Volsungs and the Elder Edda. You can also get Beowulf, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, and The Wanderer, Elegies, Epics and Riddles. So I think these are something that will appeal to someone that enjoys poetry, history, ancient literature, and not to mention those fans of fantasy, because it does say on the stickers here that these are some of the stories that inspired J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Look gorgeous together on the shelf, and they're reasonably inexpensive. They're $6.99 a book. So you can buy someone one, or if you're feeling like going all out, you can buy them the entire collection, and they are absolutely stunning. My next suggestion is for those of you looking for stocking fillers, and I have two little suggestions here. First being another book, and that is this little book, which is representative of a collection here, and it is Sherlock Holmes, The Essential Mysteries in One Sitting. This is from a collection and it includes books such as Shakespeare in the Essential Plays in One Sitting. I think I've seen a Jane Austen one, an Edgar Allan Poe one, etc, etc. So if you know someone that is a big fan of a famous author, or is looking to get into something, or just enjoys little funny knick-knacky gifts like this and loves books, then I think this is such a cute little stocking filler. I actually got this as a present from my dad once and I thought it was lovely. I mean, I've read all the Sherlock Holmes stories, but I think it's really fun to read something like this, and it's just really quirky and it looks really cute displayed on your bookshelf like a little ornament. So yeah, I think these are a lot of fun. My next suggestion isn't actually a book, but I think it makes a perfect stocking filler. Mine is unwrapped because it is mine and I unwrapped it because I got it last Christmas, and it is one of these tiny little book lights, and I'll demonstrate. I mean, you can probably guess what this does. This is actually dead, but it needs a new battery. But there's a little button at the back here, you click that and it shines so you can read in the dark. It came with a little attachment so you can actually attach it to Kindles and e-readers as well, and I just think these are great fun. I really enjoy this, especially if you don't have like a bedside light or you're going travelling, you maybe share a room with somebody else and you don't want to have a bright light keeping them awake. These are so great and they are very powerful. Obviously I can't demonstrate that just now, but it is a very powerful light, and I imagine most of you will be able to read by, and they come in a wide range of colours, and like I said, I think they're called the tiny book light. Suggestion is for people that you know are obsessed with a certain world, and it's companion books. I think if you know somebody is a massive Harry Potter fan or Lord of the Rings fan, or in this case my example, Terry Pratchett fan, there are usually tons of companion books to go alongside those massive worlds. For example, here I have Terry Pratchett's Discworld quiz book. For the Discworld, there's also things like the Wit and Wisdom of the Discworld, which is a selection of amusing anecdotes and quotes from different books and your favourite characters. I've also seen that there is a book of like funny sayings, wit from Tyrion Lannister for people that are into Game of Thrones. Things like this can also be good fun with other people on Christmas. If you know there's more than one person in your household that enjoys a series, then I think these are great, and there's so many for Terry Pratchett and there's so many for Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter and Game of Thrones that I think you should be okay finding one if you know they're into one of those series. My final category is for book lovers who are also into stationery. I have these two books from Moleskine, which are one of my all-time favourite notebook companies. I have a slight obsession. My first suggestion would be your classic lined or blank notepad like this one, which they have a number of limited edition covers in. This one is from the Hobbit collection. So if someone's a book lover, they're really into their J.R.R. Tolkien and also like to scribble down notes and stories themselves, then this I think would make an absolutely stunning present, and I don't think you can ever have too many notepads, can you really? My next suggestion is for people who like something like Goodreads but would like it off the screen, and it is actually Moleskine's book journal. So I'll show you what it looks like. It's like this, and it's alphabetical. So say you turn here, we're on V, you've got all your letters here, and you fill it in little book reviews. Asks for information like the date read, the title, the publisher, favourite quotes, if it was written in original language, if it won any awards, and then a little opinion section down here. And it also came with a little bunch of stickers as well if you wanted to use any of those in doing that. So then there's also like a blank section at the back, and one of the stickers you can even put on these little blank sections is my YouTube. So actually quite fun if you know someone that makes YouTube videos as well. Especially if they make booktube videos. So I think this is a lot of fun, and that's what the cover looks like. Well, those are all my suggestions. I hope they were helpful, and good luck in your Christmas shopping, and I promise you I will see you all again very soon. Bye guys!